Hello and welcome to Full Send Broadcast Network here tonight with the Raising Cane's 100 presented by the Sunday Cup League. Tonight, these drivers are going to be running Auto Club Speedway, a soon-to-be short track here on the West Coast in real life. But tonight, we're running the 2-mile oval virtually here on iRacing. Let's pull up our pre-race info here presented by Raising Cane's. It's 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The track surface temperature is 81. The track is 2 miles in length around that white line on the inside around this track. It's 93% humidity, partly cloudy with 12-mile-an-hour winds. They're going to be doing 100 laps around this track, equaling 200 miles. They have one fast repair, and they're going to have one attempt at a green-white checkered finish here in the Raising Cane's 100. And if I heard correctly earlier, there's going to be some giveaways. I believe it has to do with Raising Cane's and possibly has to do with your local Raising Cane's near you. So be sure to drop down in the chat the store number, if you can find it, of the closest Raising Cane's to you. And you may, not 100%, because I've heard about it. You may be getting a gift there to your local Raising Cane's. So this is going to be race number 2 on the schedule here. So let's take a look at the points the way they are here after race 1 at Daytona. We get them up here on the screen. As it looks like Bill Mulf, hard to read here on my main monitor. Looks like Bill Miller is in the lead here with 180 points. Josh Terrett Hill and Joshua Yarbrough are tied for second with 170 each. And of course, Bill Miller walked away with that win last week there at Daytona. Austin Call in fourth with 165. Art Greco in fifth with 160. Todd Merkel sitting in sixth with 155 points. Eric Flo with 152 points sits in seventh. And eighth is Braxton DeWeese with 146 points. And ninth, Sean Judson with 138 points. And rounding out 10th in points is Derek Walker with 135. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how that shakes up here tonight after race number 2 from Auto Club Speedway here on iRacing. So with about a minute and a half left to go here in practice, let's pull up the speed charts here and take a look at the fastest cars on this 2-mile oval. Maxwell Caldwell leading the charge with a 40.320. Mike Peters in that 95 machine second with a 40.352. Then it's Barrett Flo in third, fourth Alan Hunter, TJ Lane in fifth, sixth is Mark Brown, seventh Austin Call, eighth Michael Matta, ninth Eric Schaus, and 10th Ryan Kelly. And that is your top 10 here on the speed charts as practice is coming to a close in about 45 seconds. So tonight is definitely going to be an exciting event because Auto Club Speedway is a multi-groove track, especially as the tires begin to wear out. These drivers are going to be running right up against the outside wall all the way down to that white line at the apron. And then even here on the front stretch, as you see right here, right where it says Auto Club Speedway, some drivers may be even taking it down to the paint right there. As you see that one driver right there who looks like he may be slowing up. Some drivers will be taking that line right there. So it will be interesting to see because you will have some 3, 4, possibly 5 wide racing out here. Auto Club. As the checkered flag flies on practice, we're going to be going into qualifying now to set the field for the Raising Cane's 100. And don't forget, be sure to get in the chat here in the comments. And like I said, there's a possibility of some giveaways here tonight. Qualifying gets underway here. Several cars out on track right now, as we see the 07 here of Dan Jones rolling off of pit road. We have about, I would say, 15 cars on track right now. There's the 17 of Andrew McKenzie coming off of pit road. Here's the 72 of Art Greco, making his way out of turn 4 to take the green flag on his first qualifying attempt. Here's the 73 of Mark Brown on his green flag run. Here's the 32 of Derek Gilray, that Frosted Flakes machine, running the 46 paint scheme there. As Barrett Flo's the first to come across the line. A lot of cars going to be coming across the line right now, taking their first time. As we see Mark Brown currently on the top spot, as Marquise Smith goes to the top spot just as I was talking about that 40.804. I believe we'll see times get a lot faster on their second go around here. You see Barrett Flo out of turn 4. He's going to take it all the way down to that apron, across the line. That's going to put him up to the top spot with a 40.707. Mark Brown back to the top spot with a 40.679. As Marquise Smith goes back to the top spot. And that 28 machine, so far 21 cars have taken a time. Here's Josh Terrett Hill on his second lap. And for those of you just tuning in, we greatly appreciate it. You're watching Full Send Broadcast Network here tonight with the Raising Cane's 100, presented by the Sunday Cup League, with their Winston Cup Weekly Series here from Auto Club Speedways. Hill comes across the line. Let's see if that's going to move him up any. That's going to put him up to P8. Here's Mike Peters in that Raising Cane's machine. Comes across the line. Take the green flag in that 95 machine with about a minute and a half left to go in qualifying. Let's ride along with Mike Peters here and see what it looks like from his perspective as he comes around trying to lay down a fast time. First time around for Peters, P19. you see very little wheel input. Comes across the line there. I'm going to put him up to P5 for Mike Peters. So right now in the top spot as the checkered flag flies, looks like Maxwell Caldwell will be your pole winner tonight here at Auto Club in the Raising Cane's 100. So as the field begins to grid, we are going to take you through the official starting lineup here. It's the wrong one. This is the one. What? Maxwell Caldwell on the pole here in that 94 machine with a 40.549 blistering around this track. In second's going to be Marquise Smith. Third is going to be Mark Brown. Fourth, Ryan Kelly. Fifth is Mike Peters. Sixth, Barrett Flo. Seventh is Derek Walker. Eighth, Joshua Yarbrough. Ninth is Steven Johnson. 10th, Art Greco. 11th is Josh Terrett Hill. 12th, Alan Hunter. In 13th, we got Chris Vanderplatz. 14th, Joseph Grijalva. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. 15th is Austin Call. 16th, Sean Judson. 17th, Michael Matta. 18th, Eddie Haggy. 19th, Braxton DeWeese. 20th, Todd Merkel. 21st, Randall Shelton. 22nd, Chris Myers. 23rd, Jeremy Gates. 24th, Eli Raposa. 25th is Eric Schaus. 26th, Dan Jones. 27th, Andrew McKenzie. Derek Gilray in 28th. Bill Miller in 29th. 30th is Doc Caldwell. 31st, TJ Elaine. 32nd is Adam Lowe. 33rd, Larry McKenzie. 34th is Bentley McFarland. And rounding out the field in 35th is Anthony Monroe in that 33 machine. And that is your official starting lineup here tonight in the Raising Cane's 100 here from Auto Club Speedway. You're watching it live here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. As the field is almost done gridding, this is also when they do their drivers meeting, so it may take a little extra time. Be an interesting night of racing, multi-groove, high tire wear. And there's one thing I've learned from running Auto Club Speedway in these next-gen cars is that it will eat the right front off these cars in extreme fashion, and you won't even recognize it. The car won't change handling very much. It might tighten up just a hair. But after a really long run, you'll come down the pits, change 4 tires, and you'll look at your tire wear and go, holy cow. You might have 5 or 10% left on that right front tire. It just chews it up, spits it right out. Now, you will have about a 2 to 3 second fall off roughly on an extremely long green flag run, which is going to create some good parity here tonight. And in the chat, apparently I said Grijalva right. Appreciate that. Got another Texas native here from El Paso. As the field begins to roll off of pit road, getting ready to go green flag racing here at Auto Club Speedway. There you see your leader, pole winner, Maxwell Caldwell in that 94 machine. Outside front row, Marquise Smith. Lights are out on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here tonight. Definitely going to be an exciting one to watch. Going to be interesting to see how quickly these guys start going 2, 3 wide, possibly 4 wide, and how quickly some of them actually take it all the way up to the outside wall, try to get a run down the straightaways here. As the pace truck pulls off, green flag is back out here at Auto Club for race number 2 of the SCL Winston Cup Series. The Raising Cane's 100 as they get up through the gears, heading off into turn 1. Marquise Smith takes that extreme high lane. See if that gives him the momentum down the straightaway here. Oh, as they're racking out in the back already. Lots of cars involved. Already the yellow is out here on lap 1. Marquise Smith scored your race leader right now. This may take some getting... may take some time sorting through all that has happened here. We try to find out what exactly started all of this. Looks like Sean Judson was involved. Let's go back and see if we can find out what happened. Okay, so Sean Judson in the 19. Okay, so we already had cars around. Looks like the 73 or the 72, I'm sorry, of Art Greco. So let's see if we can find out what happened with Art Greco here. All right, so Art Greco's in that 72 machine right here. The 25 comes up just a hair, and that turns the 72 around. Finally gets separated as Art is headed to the outside wall, makes contact right up in front of the 19, nowhere to go. 19 comes down, starts collecting a few cars, and the cars just start piling in, nowhere to go. Oh, hard hit for that. I believe that's the 24 machine there of Chris Myers. Just kind of nowhere to go. The track clogged up in front of him. Nowhere to go at all. Let's go back and look at this one more time here. We're going to follow along with the 19 of Sean Judson. So there we see the contact with Greco that sends him down. Net codes through the 8. Right down in front of the 411 of Jeremy Gates. 14 comes up. I don't know if the 14 made contact. That's Eric Strauss. Like he was able to recover it pretty well. Tough break for a lot of cars there. Especially to be this early in the event. We go back live here, back under caution for the first time here tonight. The field pacing behind the truck here, the pace truck here. Right now, Marquise Smith has scored your race leader. Maxwell Caldwell in second, Ryan Kelly, Mark Brown, and Mike Peters round out your top 5. Lights go out on the pace truck. They're going to rack them back up and try this thing one more time. Going back green on lap 5 of the scheduled 100 laps here tonight. As the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to go back green flag racing. lot of drivers that were fast last week at Daytona already in trouble here tonight on lap 1. Pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn here, waiting for the green flag. Green flag is back out here. Marquis Smith with a great restart, gonna clear Caldwell by about 2 car lengths as they head off down into turn 1. Looking a little bit further back here. A lot of drivers already single filing out. They are 3 wide back here. Were 3 wide. They got it sorted out, looks like. See this multi-groove racing really looking good out here. A lot of drivers already pushing the limit up there next to that outside wall. 77's in the wall. He's going to be dragging back quite a bit there. That's Joshua Yarbrough. So he's going to slide back a few spots there. Some of these drivers really trying to hang on to it. Big old gaggle of cars. They make a little contact between the 77 and the 31. To get it sorted out here before they get down into turn 1. Yarbrough, since he got into the wall a little bit there in turns 1 and 2, a lap or so ago, he's been steadily losing some spots. Don't know if that car's just not handling right for him or what. So right now, Marquis Smith with a 0.3 of a second lead over Maxwell Caldwell. Go back up towards the front here. They're dicing it up for position. The 44, Steven Johnson, looking to the inside of Mike Peters in the 95. Peters going to take the high lane. The 44 takes the middle lane. Lots of jockeying for position here around this 2-mile oval. To the inside there, thought better of it. He's going to take that middle line and make a pretty good move here over the 13 of Ryan Kelly. Put that 95 machine up to P3. Here's Braxton DeWeese in the 8 machine trying to look to the inside of that 16 machine of Michael Matta. Maybe trying to get 2 for 1 as he's looking to the inside of Josh Tarrant Hill as well. He's only going to pick one spot up there over Matta. Matta's going to have the momentum down the back stretch and push him down into turn 3. Right back here is a gaggle of cars with the 17 of it's Andrew McKenzie, TJ Allain, Eddie Hagee, Alan Hunter, and Dan Jones, Jeremy Gates, and Chris Myers, all in this gaggle of cars right here battling for position. This guy's been running 3-4 wide this whole race. As the 411 of Jeremy Gates gets into the wall. As we go back up to the front here, Marquis Smith in danger. Peters looking to the inside of that 28 machine. Not going to have the momentum for the pass that time around through 3 and 4. Here comes the 13 of Ryan Kelly trying to take P2 away from Mike Peters. This track is very rough. I mean, you can see the cars bouncing around quite a bit here as they are going, especially down the backstretch. You'll see them bounce around quite a bit. And, but man, when you're inside these cars, that steering wheel's jerking back and forth and you can hardly hang on to it. Braxton DeWeese, barely clearing himself down in front of the 20 of Walker, dropping down to that inside lane. You couldn't fit a piece of paper between them two cars. Battle for second. Mark Brown trying to take it away from that 95 of Peters. Not going to happen that time through 3 and 4 as they make their way back down into turn 1 on lap 13 of 100 here tonight. And they're Raising Cane's 100. Don't forget, for those of you just now tuning in, there's a rumor of a giveaway happening, or several giveaways happening, courtesy of Raising Cane's here tonight. For those of you that jump into the chat, look up your store number that's closest to you of the local Raising Cane's, and you possibly will win a giveaway here tonight. Right now, Marquis Smith leading all the laps here tonight as they're working on lap 14. Has a very fast car up front here in that number 28. As he is holding true to that low line, but not getting out to a commanding lead. Looks like these cars may be more aerodynamic than previously thought. But I believe once if Marquis Smith is able to break that draft from the second place driver, he may actually check out quite a bit. We are 3 wide back here with Chris Myers. I believe it's Chris Myers, Joshua Yarbrough, and Chris Vanderplatz. We're 3 wide there down the back stretch. They're back 3 wide as he shoves that 24 Garza Law Firm machine into the middle in turns 1 and 2. He's going to pick up several positions in that one corner. He has a huge run down the backstretch. Loads of momentum as they head off into turn 3. Back up front, Peters closing back in on the back bumper of Marquis Smith. Top 7 single file, and have kind of broken away from a second pack here led by Walker. Braxton DeWeese on the tail end of this lead pack, trying to make some moves to get ahead, but it looks like he's going to be forced to ride along in that bottom line as it kind of turns into a long train. Oh, as the 95 of Mike Peters slaps the wall out of 4. He's making all kinds of headlines tonight in that Raising Cane's machine. Let's see if we can get a closer look to see if there's any damage on the right side of that 95 car. I don't see the fender buckled up any. It could just be some superficial damage, maybe a little bit of scratches, as he's going to lose a position because of that to Ryan Kelly. He's going to fall back to 3rd. But that did allow Marquis Smith get out to a 0.4 of a second lead. So as you see right here on the battle box, Marquis Smith in that 28 machine, he's the driver that's listed in the middle. He's got 0.4 of a second back to Ryan Kelly. He's only 20 seconds behind 32nd place, Doc Caldwell. So as we see these top twos battling it out here, Ryan Kelly trying to run down Smith, pull up their lap time history, see what it looks like. So it looks like they're somewhat running even. Let's see what it looks like this time by. Because it looks like Kelly has outran him the past 2 laps by just over 1/10 of a second per lap. They worked their way out of turn 4. So this time by on lap 20, Smith ran 0.5 faster. As it looks like Kelly might have tried diving it off in there. That's going to open up that gap just a little bit more. But he's going to have the momentum down the backstretch as he gets back to the back bumper of Smith. Smith holding true, not making any mistakes, going to carry it back down the front stretch here to lead lap 21. Let's go through and do a rundown of your top 10 as they are. As Smith decided to take the high lane right there. That's going to allow Kelly. Oh, as the yellow flag comes back out here for the second time on lap 22. Looks like Sean Judson is involved. Let's go back and see if we can find out what happened here to Sean Judson in that 19 machine. Judson's at 19 W Energy machine, that green and black. Oh, wow. 17 is involved. The 21 of Josh Terrett Hill is involved as well. That was a interesting crash. Looked like 3 wide just going wrong. We back out just a hair. We'll see the 21. 17 just comes way up and clips Hill, and that shoves him up into Judson. Holy cow, the 44 machine there of, I believe that is, oh, sorry, that's the 14 machine of Eric Schaus. We're going to have to do a ride along with him. That he came so close to being involved in that. You can see how quickly things just unfold here when you're driving these cars. Wow, as he drops a gear. Holy cow. That was some quick thinking to drop 2 gears down to 3rd. Wow. He almost lost it, but some quick hands. He kept that 14 machine under control and was able to make it through that without being involved. All your leaders are on pit road. We wait to see who's going to win the race off of pit road here. It's like Marquis Smith is going to win the race off of pit road. So as we are back under caution here on lap 24, the second caution of the night, I'm going to take a short break and we'll be back here before we go green flag racing. You're watching the Full Sim Broadcast Network with the Raising Cane's 100. As the field begins to work their way through 3 and 4, lights are out on the pace truck. Marquis Smith, Maxwell Caldwell, Ryan Kelly, Mark Brown, Joseph Grijalva are your top 5 as the pace truck pulls off the race surface to come down pit road. Green flag is back out here at Auto Club in the Raising Cane's 100. Marquis Smith with a huge jump on the restart ahead of Ryan Kelly in that 13 machine as they dive it off into 1, coming out of 2 now. Looking a little bit further back, 3 wide here down the back stretch. They work it out as we go a little bit further back. We had some cars getting sideways here off of turn 2. Looks like they get it figured out. There's the 34 of Bill Miller, your points leader, dropping back here, currently running in the 29th position. Ryan Kelly to the inside of Marquis Smith, going to take the lead here. Maxwell Caldwell to follow. Caldwell trying desperately to get to that point. He's been so close all night long. He can smell it. Just can't get there to get it. As they are door to door, Caldwell and Smith. What Ryan Kelly likes to see in that rearview mirror as he works his way across the line. The lead lap 27. Some of these drivers, they put on fresh set of tires. They feel like Superman out there. Oh, there's contact. 28 in the wall. He's going to lose several positions. Marquis Smith dropping back, has some damage on the right side of that machine. There's the 2 of Todd Merkel coming into the picture. 3. Here comes Marquise Smith with a power move to the outside. He's going to try to get back up there to P2. Now he's door to door with Kelly trying to take the lead back. He's going to lead that time by with a huge power move as they're wrecking behind him. 92 of Barrett Flo up and over. Holy cow. We're going to have to go back. Oh, Braxton DeWeese, I believe, is involved in that. 64. Austin Call involved. A lot of good drivers involved here now. We are going to have to figure out what happened. Look like Chris Myers might have been involved as well. So we see right here, Barrett Flo in the 92 machine. That's who we're going to be following. All right, so Chris Myers is that 24 Garza Law Firm machine right here. Did the cars disappear in that incident? As we see right here, he comes down Barrett Flo and he tries to block the 24. He doesn't get there in time, gets hooked, and they go both through the grass. Oh, and they hit that inside pit wall. That sends Flo tumbling into Austin Call. Oh, wow. That 44 machine is bound to have a interesting camera view of that incident. Let's see if we can find him and go back and look at it from his point of view. Holy cow. So that was the 14 of Schaus. Let's see if we can get on board with the 44. Let's see if we can. All right, let's see if we can find the 44 here. Steven Johnson. We're going to ride along with him. Look at this. So there you see the incident happening where the two cars are going to the inside wall. There's Barrett Flo getting airborne already. He loses sight of him for a second, sees the cars checking up, and he gets into the back of Matta, but drives clean underneath the 92 machine of Barrett Flo. That is insane. We go back live here. Barrett Flo sitting on pit road. Marquise Smith. Currently your leader of this race with Ryan Kelly in second, Maxwell Caldwell third, fourth Mark Brown, fifth Todd Merkel, sixth Joseph Grijalva, and seventh Eddie Haggy, eighth Jeremy Gates, ninth Steven Johnson, and 10th Eric Schaus. That's your top 10 here as the lights are out on the pace truck, signaling we're going green this time by. It's definitely shaping up to be an interesting event here tonight as we are in race number 2 of the season for the Sunday Cup League's Winston Cup Series. The race here on the Full Sim Broadcast Network every Monday night. For those of you just now tuning in, we greatly appreciate you watching us here on the Full Sim Broadcast Network, bringing you some fantastic racing action. Also, don't forget, Raising Cane's may be doing a giveaway here tonight. Be sure to get in the chat. Let them know what store is closest to you. You may be getting a message with some kind of giveaway. Green flag is back out here at Auto Club. Marquise Smith with a great restart as usual here. Has a little bit of damage on the right front of that car from when he got into the wall. Doesn't look to be hindering that 28 machine yet. Go a little bit further back. There's a car we haven't talked about very much tonight. That 20 machine of Derek Walker currently running in 11th. Had a solid week out there last week at Daytona. Oh, as the 24 of Chris Myers comes down pit road. Looks like an unscheduled stop. So majority of the field up front here is single file, with the exception of Caldwell. There's that Ford machine of Chris Vanderplot's. Looks like he's trying to get a 2-for-1 pass here. Almost contact. Looks like Alan Hunter there. And Larry McKenzie there in that lime green machine on the high lane. Almost contact once again as the 6. Oh, pushes him. Contact. They're both heading down the inside wall. The 25 makes contact with the... Oh, wow. Vanderplot's gets airborne. Maybe thinks he's at the X Games here with the way he got airtime on that. 25 of Alan Hunter. Heavy damage on the left side of that machine. We stayed green here. It's only a matter of time before that contact happened. Seeing how close they were getting. Oh, the 2092 or 95 of Mike Peters throwing some heavy blocks back here. He's currently running in the 13th position. Trying to make up some time after losing a lot of positions, look like they're on pit road. Back up front here, Ryan Kelly trying to run down Marquise Smith. 411 there of Jeremy Gates. Running that extreme high lane, trying to get the momentum down the straightaways. There we see the 24 of Chris Myers coming off the pit road and blending in here as they enter turn 3. What's interesting here, that 2 machine there of Todd Merkel, as you see him 3 wide to the inside there. As they dive it off into turn 1. He didn't have electricity as of a couple hours ago and was talking about having to go to the shop and get a generator just to have power to run tonight's event. Now, if that's not dedication, I don't know what is. Glad to see that 2 machines out here on the track, whether he got his electricity back on or not, or has a generator. Just got to give him props to making the efforts. Back up front here, they are nose to tail. Jeremy Gates in that 411 machine. Closing in on the back bumper of Smith. We are about 11 laps away, or 10 and a half laps away from halfway here tonight. Looks like the 9 machine here of Bentley McFarland not having the night he was hoping for. Along with that 21 machine here of Josh Terrett Hill, currently running in 22nd. Being involved in an incident here in the early portions of this race. Still has time to get up there and mix it up. Or possibly laying back, expecting another caution probably. Ricky Smith still up front here. A couple of cars fighting for position back here. 14 machine here. Eric Schaus. Narrowly missing a couple of incidents here tonight. Maybe a couple of brown stains on that fire suit by the time the night is over. How close he's gotten to some of them, as looks like there's a car in the wall. Can't figure out who it is. That's the 47 of Joseph Grijalva. It looks like they're starting to double up here. It looks almost like a super speedway race the way they're all grouped up. As we approach the halfway mark, we're going to do a full send fired up and let you hear these cars go around here at full song. We'll break in if anything breaks out. You're watching Full Send Broadcast Network. And we're back here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. For those of you tuned in, we greatly appreciate it. You're watching the Raising Cane's 100. Right now, Ryan Kelly out front by half a second and counting here in that 13 machine over Maxwell Caldwell. In that 94, looks like we may have the beginning stages of green flag stops here, as Doc Caldwell's the first one to come in here in that 43 machine. Just over halfway here in this 100 lap event. Back here fighting around, looks like 6th, 5th to maybe 12th. There's a whole cluster of cars here that have been really duking out this whole time. That brings 4th into the mix as well in that 411 machine there of Jeremy Gates. Braxton DeWeese shoving on that 73 machine there of Mark Brown. As DeWeese has a little bit of a blink there, 3 wide. DeWeese trying to get the momentum. Oh, the 97's in the wall. They scatter. Mike Peters, they're 4 wide as they head off into turn 3. Peters going to slide up in front of DeWeese. DeWeese with the crossover, going to get that position back. These drivers are giving it everything they have back here, fighting for the 4th spot. You know, and sometimes a lot of commentators and broadcasters don't capture the racing that actually happens further back. And being I wouldn't say necessarily subpar, but being a racer myself here on iRacing, to me, it's more difficult to race in the back of the pack than it is the front. At the front, guys have straighter lines. They know how to run up front, and they've been there time and time again. Now, granted, running for 4th, that is not running in the back at all. But normally when you're fighting for the lead, like up here in the front, we have Ryan Kelly out to almost a 2-second lead. All right. And then from there, you got these 2 guys here, the 47 and 94, battling for 2nd. And then 2.5 seconds back is these guys fighting for 4th. And you see the cluster of cars back here fighting for that position. And that's 4th through 12th, all right there. And then you go back, you got a few other drivers here fighting for position. But typically, a lot of the times, though, we'll have drivers fighting harder further back in the pack for 12th, 13th, 14th place than you will for 2nd, 3rd, or for the lead. As they come around and complete lap 55 to set their sights on lap 56 here in the Raising Cane's 100. Ryan Kelly out front by 2.1 seconds. Once he got into that clean air, he just set sail, breaking away from the rest of the field. With the 24 there of Chris Myers in front, 2 laps down. Right now we got 22 cars on the lead lap. One thing that I do find interesting here that we talked about a while ago, Braxton DeWeese was up in this mix fighting all these guys for that 4th spot when he is 1 lap down in 23rd. So Braxton DeWeese in that 8 has a very fast Chevrolet Camaro underneath him right there. So it's going to be interesting to see. He's definitely in the lucky dog position right now to get his lap back if the caution would have come out. He is not saving anything right now on that car. He's just trying to race it all out and get everything he can. back up front, Ryan Kelly, 2 seconds ahead of Joseph Grijalva. Grijalva now actually breaking away a little bit from Caldwell in that 94 machine. So if we go back up here to Ryan Kelly and look at the lap time history between him and Grijalva, he has beat him all but 1 lap in the past 5 laps here. As they come across the line to start lap 60. 41 laps to go here tonight in tonight's race. As it looks like Andrew McKenzie in the 17 is coming off the pit road. That last time by, Grijalva was actually half a tenth faster than Kelly. But it's going to be interesting as it looks like Caldwell is starting to try to battle Grijalva again. As this second pack has kind of broken up since they have gotten on a little bit older tires. I expect these guys to be coming down pit road probably in the next 10 laps or so for tires at least. You know, some of these guys are going to be screaming for grip. As we pull up the dashboard and show you the speed here of Mark Brown in that 73 machine. 189 entering turn 1. On the front stretch, 194 entering turn 1. Front stretch is where you're going to have most of your speed here at Auto Club. Now, if we'll take a second and actually put up as it looks like Grijalva's actually pulled away from Caldwell just a little bit. Let's actually put up our top speed here of all the drivers as they come across the line. So it looks like Ryan Kelly, 195 miles an hour coming across the line. Todd Merkel and Eric Schaus, 199 is their fastest speed across the line tonight. But it looks like Dan Jones takes the cake on the fastest lap or fastest speed across the line here tonight in that 07 machine at 208 miles an hour. That is blistering. He had to have had a huge run down the front stretch with that kind of speed. We have drivers in their way in and out of pit road now. Get a lot more interesting here. Ryan Kelly out to a 2.4 second lead. As we are waiting for more and more drivers to come across and go into pit lane. 2.6 seconds now for Ryan Kelly out front of Grijalva. Randall Shelton sitting on pit road getting that machine serviced. Here comes Michael Matta in that 16 machine followed by the 44. Oh, as the 44 gets a little bit of wheel hop, almost loops it into the inside wall. These two drivers here have been battling all night long. That's the 95 of Peters and the 73 of Brown, duking it out for most of the night here, and been riding in the top 5 for most of the night as well. Here comes the 28 of Marquise Smith, 46 of Eli Raposa. And them cars down pit road to get them serviced. Now here's the difference in new tires versus old tires. Here's the 20 of Walker just cruising right around the 13 of Kelly. You'll see the 20 just set sail over the 13, just checking out. Now, one thing I'll find interesting here is if Grijalva may, if I was them in that 47 camp, I would try the pit early strategy. Come in about a lap or so before you think Kelly will. Get 4 fresh tires on that machine, fill it up full of fuel, come out and run qualifying laps until Kelly comes in, and you'll make up that 3.2 second gap quick on new tires versus old. So Ryan Kelly, 3.2 seconds out ahead of Grijalva. Caldwell is 5 seconds back. Then it's Peters, Brown, Elaine, Merkel, Schaus, McFarland, and Josh Terrett Hill. Your top 10 here. As we are into the longest green flag run of the night. There's the 34 of Bill Miller, currently running 11th. There's the 20 of Derek Walker, back on the lead lap after passing Kelly here on the track, trying to work his way around the 24 of Chris Myers. So right now we have 12 cars on the lead lap. Expecting that 13 machine to be coming down any lap now as we are getting closer to the 3/4 mark in tonight's event. He is now 4.5 seconds ahead of Grijalva back here. There's the distance. Almost half a straightaway. It looks like the 47 of Grijalva has a little bit of damage on the right front there. He does. Right front nose and fender pushed back a little bit. Could be causing a little bit of aerodynamic dismay on that 47 camp. As Kelly is now 5 seconds ahead. Oh, the 64's in the wall a little bit right there. We're looking at the 9 of Bentley McFarland, currently running in the 9th spot. Definitely trying to stay out of the way of the guys with newer tires. As Mark Brown brings it down pit road, he's trying the early pit strategy here. So this is going to start another influx of drivers coming down pit road. They know if he's running in the top 5 there like he was, and then all of a sudden comes down pit road with fresh tires, he could make up a lot of time and be very dangerous. As it looks like Kelly's going to pass up pit road this time by. No takers this time around. What do you say we ride along with Ryan Kelly for a lap or so and see what it looks like from his point of view that makes him so fast? Joshua Yarbrough brings it down pit road. Oh, as he's coming down pit road this time. Very conservative, gets it back down. See our leader coming down. Here's the 47 of Grijalva staying out. Interesting strategy here from the 47 camp as Kelly, Peters, Schaus, and Elaine are on pit road. That's going to leave Grijalva, Caldwell, MERKEL, McFarland, and Tarrant Hill staying out. I got a question on the chat here. Can they have a fast fix in the pits? Yes, they have one fast repair each here in tonight's race. So either whether it's under green or under caution, they can come down and get that machine fixed right up. Matter of fact, we'll watch the 47 here as he comes into his pit box. You'll see that fender probably get fixed instantly. There it goes. He's used his fast repair. That machine's clean as a whistle. Hope that helps. Back up out front, though. Todd MERKEL in the 2 machine stays out, takes over the lead. Bentley McFarland out as well. Looks like MERKEL fighting his way to the bottom. Possibly coming down right now for some tires and fuel on that 2 machine. He is. Hits that apron. We'll have to see if he's able to check it up in time. Coming down with the 22 of Larry McKenzie as well. The 46 of Austin Call coming in also. That's going to leave Bentley McFarland and Josh Tarrant Hill out on the track here at the 3/4 mark of tonight's race. The 26 laps to go. Bentley McFarland, haven't really talked much about him out here tonight. Getting out here. Running his own race, trying to score as many points as possible, hoping for a caution, looks like. Looks like he's going to stay out once again here. Now, Bill Miller in 3rd. He's 11 seconds back and closing. I believe Bill Miller has pitted. He has not. So the top 3 last pitted on lap 31, 31, and 32. Was the last time these guys were on pit road. As you can see right here, how many stops each driver has made. Some drivers have made 4 or 5 stops. Majority of them, 2 stops. Could it be possibly, though, that these drivers up front, the top 3, as Bentley McFarland brings it down pit road. That's going to put Josh Tarrant Hill out front in the 21 machine for the first time tonight after being involved in an early incident. So if he last pitted on lap 31, it's going to be interesting because he has a 10.5 second gap over Bill Miller. Now, Ryan Kelly on fresh tires back in 3rd. If this were to cycle all the way through, he would be your leader again, but only by 0.3 of a second. As Josh Tarrant Hill comes in, so that's going to cycle Ryan Kelly back out front. But Kelly is super fast out there tonight. He's already stretched that lead out over Hagee by 0.8 of a second. So as it looks right now, your top 10 is Kelly, Hagee, Gates, Walker, Smith, Brown, Matta, Grijalva, Caldwell, and Elaine. That is your top 10 here tonight, all separated by 9.5 seconds. But we know if a caution does come out, it will re-rack the field, and we currently have, let's see, 20 cars on the lead lap. As we look a little bit further back, there's that 97 of Haggy fighting the 411 of Jeremy Gates for second. Every position matters here tonight as these guys are racing for straight points. That one position could mean the difference between second and a championship here at the end of this season. So it looks like Jeremy Gates is going to make the pass fairly easy over Haggy and take over that second spot. There's Marquise Smith. Mark Brown battling it out right there with Derek Walker in the 20 for the fifth spot. A lot of drivers having some unfortunate circumstances here tonight. And if some drivers actually, if a caution comes out and some drivers come down pit road for some tires, there's a potential for a lot of drivers to get their lap back, and that would put about 27 cars in the lead lap if they take away from it. But as it stands right now, 19 cars on the lead lap, led by Ryan Kelly with 4.3 seconds out front in that Dynaco machine. Followed by Jeremy Gates in the 411. And then we have the 28 of Marquise Smith battling the 97 of Eddie Haggy for third. In fifth, we have Mark Brown. Sixth, Joseph Grijalva. In seventh, Maxwell Caldwell. Eighth, TJ Elaine. Ninth is Michael Matta. In 10th, Derek Walker. 11th is that 14 machine of Eric Schaus. 12th is Todd Merkel. Eli Raposa in 13th. 14th, Randall Shelton. Chris Vanderplotz in 15th. 16th is Art Greco. 17th is Andrew McKenzie in that 17 machine. 18th, Alan Hunter in the 25, as he has a little bit of contact there with the 9. Possibly a little bit of frustration there between the two drivers. Looks somewhat of a like a payback there. The 9 of Bentley McFarland currently in 18th, passing Alan Hunter. And 20th, Josh Tarrant Hill. 21st is Mike Peters. 22nd is Bill Miller. 23rd, Braxton DeWeese. 24th is the 44, Steven Johnson. 25th, Larry McKenzie. 26th is Doc Caldwell. 27th is the 77 of Joshua Yarbrough. 28th, Derek Gilray. 29th, Austin Call. 30th, Barrett Flo. And then so far out of the race not running is the 24 of Chris Myers in 31st. 32nd, Sean Judson. 33rd, Dan Jones. 34th is Anthony Monroe. And 35th, Adam Lowe. And that is your full field rundown here. Ryan Kelly out front by almost 6 seconds here. We have coming to 15 laps to go here in tonight's event. Let's take a look at our lap time history comparison between Kelly and Grijalva. Kelly obliterating the leaderboards here, but that time by, Kelly might have got held up by a lap car. Grijalva made up 0.2 of a second on Kelly that last time by. It's going to be interesting. It makes you wonder if Grijalva actually held something back for the end of this event. We'll put it back up here as they cross the line. So Kelly crosses. Caldwell's going to be up to second now. So it's no longer Grijalva. So Caldwell loses. Almost half a tenth there. Now, that was battling Grijalva that last time by, so we'll keep it up for this lap to see if Caldwell's able to make any ground up on Kelly. As Kelly comes out of turn 4. Now we wait about 6 seconds. If it's green, it's no good. Looks like Caldwell is able to gain 0.2. I'm sorry. Caldwell loses 0.2 that last time by. There's Caldwell and Grijalva trying to get around the 95 there of Mike Peters in the 95 machine. Tucked up real tight, nose to tail. It's the thing I love about this track, that multi-groove racing. You see right there, 3 cars, nose to tail, enter the corner, 3 different lines on entry. And then you'll see them all group right back up together as they enter turn 3. They're going to dip it low to go around these lap cars here. So Ryan Kelly out to almost a 7-second lead. As we are 4 wide, they're going to, it's like the 25 of Hunter is going to back out of it. Let him have it off into the corner. Right now we're watching the battle for second. Ryan Kelly has checked out on this field. Grijalva side drafts him entering the corner. He's going to have the momentum with Bill Miller behind him. He's going to try to jump up. He will. He will clear Caldwell to take back over that second spot. Ryan Kelly, though, man, what a rocket ship that 13 machine is. Able to get out front here once he got around Marquise Smith in the 28. Was able to just check out and not even look back again, man. He is just flawless out here on the track, flawless on pit road, able to get on and off pit road under green. And he's just doing a flawless job here tonight. Huge props to him. Putting on an absolute clinic out there as we have less than 10 laps to go here tonight in the Raising Cane's 100. Battle for 8th here between Eddie Hagge and Michael Matta. Matta's going to side draft, pull way away from Hagge as he's going to clear him entering turn 3, but Hagge's going to do the crossover and take the low line with the momentum here. Going to come up, side draft as they come out of turn 4. Didn't get close enough. He's going to pull back in line. That is going to drop down to the inside lane there. The 34 is getting turned by the 47 of Grijalva. Bill Miller able to hang on to it. Holy cow. We're going to have to see that from an interior point of view here. Go back and take a look real quick. Riding along with Bill Miller. I got to give Bill Miller credit where credit's due. That is hard to do right there. It is extremely difficult to hold on to these cars once they get out of shape. And able to keep that car, much less, mostly on the pavement. Only got in the grass very little. But definitely in order to keep it straight like he did and still make the corner, man, that's rare with these cars. These cars do not have any side drift. Once they break loose, they're gone. So that's some quick hands right there out of Bill Miller. Ryan Kelly out to an 8.6 second lead over Joseph Grijalva. They come to take 5 laps to go here tonight in the Raising Cane's 100, presented by the SCL, the Sunday Cup League, with their Winston Cup Series weekly events. This is race number 2 from Auto Club Speedway here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here tonight. And don't forget, there may be a giveaway after tonight's event. So be sure to get in the chat and let them know where your closest restaurant is. Ryan Kelly 9 seconds ahead of Grijalva. Comes across the line. 4 laps to go here tonight. This is his race to lose. He is hoping the caution does not come out. You can tell he has kind of backed it down ever so slightly just to make sure that car will make it to the end. Not put himself in a position that will compromise his race win here, as he looks to make a statement here early in this season. But he is the guy to look out for when we go to every track here this season with a dominating win. 3 laps to go here tonight. We do have one attempt at a green, white, checkered if we need it. With a lot of these drivers spaced out like they are, I don't think we will. As Kelly makes some easy work of lap traffic. He comes across the line, flagman holding 2 fingers up. 2 laps to go here tonight from Auto Club Speedway in the Raising Cane's 100. Kelly dives it off into turn 1 very gingerly. Take it up real easy. Sees the 77 having a little bit of a loose issue. Keeps it down and away. Careful not to put himself in a compromising position. Gets himself through turns 3 and 4. Clean track out ahead for the 13 of Ryan Kelly as the flagman holds up the white flag. 1 lap to go here in the Raising Cane's 100. Ryan Kelly out to a 9-second lead over Joseph Grijalva. Maxwell Caldwell in 3rd. 4th is TJ Lane. 5th, Marquise Smith. Right now, it looks like our biggest mover of the race, if they stay where they are, is the 6 of TJ Elaine, up 27 spots from the start of tonight's race, up to 4th. For the final time through 3 and 4, Brian Kelly goes out of 4, sees the checkered flag in hand, comes across the line. Your winner of the Raising Cane's 100, Ryan Kelly. Dominating performance out of that 13 count, putting on a heck of a show and a hurting on these other drivers. He has made a statement that he is not to be messed with here in this season. Making a footing here. As he's going to ease it back around here to the start-finish line. Josh Terrett Hill comes around to congratulate Kelly on his win. Fantastic race here tonight, with I believe it was 3 cautions. So he is going to burn it down for the fans here tonight at Auto Club. Jimmy Johnson-esque burnout. Looks like he is going to go park it in victory lane here on the infield. He is definitely excited about this win here tonight. All right, we will speak to him shortly here in the booth. Your winner, Ryan Kelly's. He's going to back it up over the start-finish line. Your top 3, Ryan Kelly, Joseph Grijalva, and Maxwell Caldwell. We'll speak to them 3 here shortly. But first, let's bring you the official race results from tonight's event here, the Raising Cane's 100. Here's your official finishing order. Ryan Kelly takes home the checkered flag in that 13 machine by a dominating 9 seconds over Joseph Grijalva in that 47 machine. Maxwell Caldwell brings it home in 3rd. TJ Elaine in 4th. 5th was Marquise Smith in that 28 machine after leading a lot of laps early in this event. Jeremy Gates in 6th. 7th was Eric Schaus. 8th, Michael Matta. 9th, Todd Merkel. 10th was Eddie Hagge. 11th, Mark Brown. Eli Raposa in 12th. 13th was Derek Walker. 14th, Bentley McFarland. 15th was Chris Vanderplatz. Josh Terrett Hill in 16th. 17th was Randall Shelton. Bill Miller in 18th. 19th was Braxton DeWeese. 20th, Mike Peters. In 21st, we had Andrew McKenzie. Steven Johnson in 22nd. 23rd was Larry McKenzie. 24th, Joshua Yarbrough. 25th was Art Greco. 26th, Derek Gilray. 27th was Doc Caldwell. 28th, Austin Call. 29th was Alan Hunter. And 30th, Barrett Flo. 31st was Chris Myers. 32nd, Sean Judson. 33rd, Dan Jones. 34th, Adam Lowe. And rounding out the field in 35th, Anthony Monroe in that 33 machine. And that's your official finishing order here tonight in the Raising Cane's 100. Round 2 of the Winston Cup Series here in the SCL. Definitely an exciting race here tonight. So let's get to our broadcast booth here, to our waiting room, and bring in our top 3 finishers up first. It's going to be that 94 machine right there you're looking at of Maxwell Caldwell. Hey there, Maxwell Caldwell. You got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, man. Good run out there tonight. Run in the top 5 for most of the night, looked like. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, at the beginning we qualified on pole like we needed to. Tried to run up front with teammate Ryan Kelly there, and I knew after 20 laps we had already ran some practice this week, and I don't know how to save a right front around here. I feel like I can run a slow pace. I feel like I can run a certain line, and it does no good. So after that first long green flag run, I was 20% different on the right front than Ryan Kelly. So he's a tire saving machine. That's what got him the victory tonight. Plus, he loves this place. Congrats to him. But no, our night was just attrition, especially there at the end. It was hard. The right front was getting killed more and more in the runs. As the track rubbered up, it felt like we got worse. So to come back with a top 3 and finish there is all we can do. I tried holding off Joseph there a little bit through lap traffic, but in the end, he had a looser race car than I did. Mine was plowing tight. So good run, though, for the 94 here, but maybe we can do 2 spots better next week.
Yeah, and that was one thing I talked about in the beginning of the broadcast was how abrasive this track is and how much tire conservation was important. And just how much this track just chews up the right front. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, my right front after that first green flag run was down to 50%. So, yeah, the rest of my tires were like 80 and above. So, yeah, it definitely chews up the right front. And some guys have a knack for the long run here. I tend to have really good short run speed in any car I have here. We qualified on pole by almost a tenth over second. So, I know we've got short run speed. I know how to make lap time here. Even when I'm backing it down, I don't know the secret to saving the right front. But this track is super abrasive. Its sister track, Michigan, I tend to really run well at, but it's got a little more banking and some fresher pavement, and it's not near as abrasive on the right front. So I could really almost get loose there. But this car never... Maybe on fresh tires in the center of 1 and 2, it would decide to bobble a little, but it was really just low air pressure. Once we got 2 laps in, this thing never would step out, so I couldn't get the right rear to burn if I wanted to. So other guys, I was watching them tail happy off the corners and whipping loose, but for us, just a tight race car. But hey, you get that sometimes. So just excited to bring this thing home third after a not so good finish at Daytona, and ready to try to run into race 3 and see what else we can do.
Absolutely, man. Well, you have any shout-outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people tuned in tonight?
Absolutely. First and foremost, got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, I wouldn't be able to race here tonight. So blessed to be here. Thankful for MERKEL Racing Engines coming on the car this season. Todd's a good friend of mine, and we come from Area 51 over there in that series. And when it dissolved, SEL kind of just brought us right on in. So Todd decided to sponsor me this season. So we got this nice, fresh paint job done by Andrew Pleshy, great friend of mine. Glad to get it in an interview here with a top 3 with the cameras pointed at it. And it's a beautiful car for sure, and thankful for Todd for his support. And my teammates, obviously Todd, Ryan Kelly, Mike Peters, and a couple other guys were in the channel there with us tonight. Shout out to them, and shout out to you guys at Full Send, man. I understand how hard it is to put a broadcast on, and you do a great job, Jacob. So great job with the broadcast, and just thankful for SEL, too, for allowing us Area 51 guys to kind of find a new home. So increased car count over here. It looks like it's a very sporty league, and excited to see where the rest of the season goes.
Well, much appreciated for the plaudits, man. And once again, congrats on bringing it home in third. Looking forward to seeing how you go about it next week.
Absolutely. Looking for 2 more spots, but we'll see what we can do next week. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
And that was Maxwell Caldwell in the 94 machine, bringing it home in third. Up next, we got the 47 here of Joseph Grijalva. See if we can get him in here. Hey there, Joseph Grijalva. You got a copy?
Hello, I got you.
Hey, man, heck of a run out there tonight. Put on a heck of a show, battling for second. A lot right there, man. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, it was, I started like 12th or something, so getting through the traffic was pretty crazy in the middle of the pack. Auto club's always like that, or we're all packed. It's kind of a drafting track. But after pit cycles and that caution, was able to miss a Dodger wreck on my inside in that first caution and got some spots. And then just kind of figured out the tire really was the big thing. With that first run before the stop, I murdered the tire. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. So I started doing what the leaders did is they were just really running the low line, backing up the corner, and then she was gold from there. And just me and Max. I was hoping we could battle it out at the end, but the lap cars, they were racing their race too, and we just caught up with them. But it was overall great race. I'm not good at these tracks, so I'm happy where I'm at.
Well, that's good, man. Definitely making a statement out there tonight, bringing it home in second. here in the second race of the season. Are there any races you have circled on this calendar for this season here in the SCO?
To be honest, I joined late. Mike literally added me as practice started, so I don't know what's on the schedule or what, but I like the intermediate tracks like Vegas, short tracks, Richmond, Iowa. I hope some short tracks, Dover. I hope those tracks are on there. Those would be my go-to for sure.
All right, man. Well, you have any shout-outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people tuned in tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got to thank my dad. He watches every race. I race almost every week or every day of the week, so he's always there supporting me. My wife, sister, family, you guys broadcasting, everybody watching, and of course sponsor on the car, Autolite spark plugs, Fram filters. They're supporting my gaming habits, my racing habits, and I'm glad we can show them off in these races. You know, you check them out. It's good stuff.
All right, man. Well, once again, congrats on bringing it home in second here in the Raising Cane's 100, and maybe we can see some good things out of you this season, man.
Absolutely, it feels good. I love this car. I'm glad iRacing brought a NASCAR switch to it. I've never liked Cup cars, but this one clicks with me, and I think we'll be up front a lot.
Well, that's good to hear, man. And you have yourself a good night, and maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week.
We'll be there.
And that was Joseph Grijalva there, bringing it home in second in that 47 machine. Now let's get to the man who put on a dominating performance here tonight in that 13 machine, Ryan Kelly. Hey there, Ryan Kelly. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, dominant performance out there tonight, winning by over 9 seconds over Grijalva there in the 47 machine. Man, just like you were on rails all night long. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. I mean, started fourth, just kind of worked my way through in the beginning. There was a couple cautions there, and then we got that nice long run and got to save my tires and make my way to the front, and then had a good round of pit stops and just started pulling away till the end.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting watching you there behind, I believe it was Marquise Smith, that 28 machine. You were right there in second for so long and just couldn't get around him, but once you were able to get by him, man, you just checked out and didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah, that dirty air was tough. It was tough being behind the car, just coming out of the corners, trying to set them up. It would get you tight or, something would happen. So once I had clean air in my nose, it kind of changed the way I was handling and let me turn a little better.
Yeah, man. Well, is there any tracks coming up on the schedule that you have circled that you're really excited about going to?
Honestly, I haven't really looked at the schedule. I know they have a bunch of great tracks though, so I'm excited for the rest of the season and race with all these guys. A lot of good drivers in here, so it should be fun.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about tire wear for a little bit here. I know Auto Club is known for having really abrasive racing surface, and it just chews up that right front tire if you do not be careful with it. Man, just how was that tire wear out there for you? Was it trying to chew up that right front on your car?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of cars were getting tight. I know a couple of the team guys were complaining about getting a little tight, but that was definitely the key tonight, was managing that right front and just being slow and steady and saving all the tires, because this track will definitely tear them up.
Yeah, man. Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people tuned in tonight?
Yeah, just the guys running this league and all my teammates tonight. And I know I had some family watching too, so big shout out to them.
All right, man. Well, much appreciated for you stopping by the booth. And once again, congrats on a dominating performance here in the Raising Cane's 100, winning by over 9 seconds. Definitely making your mark on this season. Looking for some good things coming out of you as we run on into the schedule here.
Yeah, 10-4. Thanks, Jacob.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
That was Ryan Kelly in that 13 machine. Dominating performance here tonight, winning by over 9 seconds here in the Raising Cane's 100. So one more time, let's go through the official finishing order before we sign off here for the night. Your race winner, Ryan Kelly in the 13. In second was Joseph Grijalva. Third, Maxwell Caldwell. Fourth, TJ Elaine. Fifth, Marquise Smith. Sixth, Jeremy Gates. Eric Schaus in seventh. Eighth, Michael Matta. Ninth was Todd Merkel. 10th, Eddie Hagee. 11th, Mark Brown. 12th, Eli Raposa. 13th was Derek Walker. 14th, Bentley McFarland. 15th was Chris Vanderplaat. 16th, Josh Terrett Hill. 17th was Randall Shelton. 18th, Bill Miller. 19th was Braxton DeWeese. 20th, Mike Peters. 21st was Andrew McKenzie. 22nd, Stephen Johnson. 23rd was Larry McKenzie. 24th, Joshua Yarbrough. 25th, Art Greco. 26th, Derek Gilray. 27th was Doc Caldwell. 28th, Austin Call. 29th, Alan Hunter. 30th, Barrett Flo. 31st was Chris Myers. 32nd, Sean Judson. 33rd was Dan Jones. Adam Lowe was 34th. And rounding out the field in 35th was Anthony Monroe. And that is your official finishing order here in the Raising Cane's 100 here in the SCL Winston Cup Series. And we'll have a couple of guys jump up in the booth here and talk about some things that are coming up here in the SCL. Joining me in the booth right now is Josh Terrett Hill, one of the admins here of SCL. Hey there, Josh. What do we have to look forward to coming up here in the Winston Cup Series here?
Just some great racing, I think. Everybody's been doing an awesome job these first two races. And just thanks for all them guys coming over from that other league, trying to make this league a little better place to race. We did a Raising Cane's 100 this week. Awesome show. Thanks to Raising Cane's. And we are running our Awesome Shop 100, the Awesome Shop 100 at Iowa next week, next Monday. And then we are going to run our Twin Ring Motegi race, going over to Japan to run that race. That's kind of a throwback race for our SCL. We used to run there probably 10, 15 years ago. So it's a good deal going back to Twin Ring Motegi. Excited about that. But really just good racing.
Well, that's exciting to hear coming up here on the schedule. And once again, I want to give a huge shout out to all of you that put this on here in the SCL, putting on a fantastic league with some great racers here. And I just wanted to give a shout out to y'all and appreciate y'all for bringing me on to broadcast all this.
Yep, no problem. We had Adam up in the race control today. He did a good job too. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, thank you. It was a fun race to call today. Lots of good racing throughout, and looking forward to going to our first short track of the season next week at Iowa.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all stopping by the booth here, and looking forward to next week.
Yep, thank you. You did an awesome job again tonight, Jacob, so keep it up.
All right. Appreciate it. And for you, those of you still tuned in, we appreciate you watching here on the Full Send Broadcast Network with the Raising Cane's 100 presented by the SCL Winston Cup Weekly Cup Series. Signing off here for Full Send Broadcast Network. I'm Jacob signing off. We'll see you next time, and we can't wait to see you go full send.